Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to do completing the square, and I am going to show you how. So basically this lesson is for grade 9 students, and if you're a grade 9 student, watch and learn how to do completing the square. Okay, let us have an example. For example, if I have x squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. So this is the given quadratic equation, and we know in order to solve x, we could factor this out. We could directly factor it, and our answers are -3 and -2. Aside from factoring, we can do the completing the square. In order to complete the square, you should transpose this constant term to the left, or I mean to the right side of the equation. So we have x squared plus 5x is equal to -6. Okay, so to complete the square, okay, I'm going to move this this part to this part because we're gonna put plus something here. That something will be a perfect square. Okay, so what is that perfect square? Well, we have this identity that the numerical coefficient will be used to find the square here, and that is 5/2 squared. Or in other words, if you want to know the general form, that is b/2 squared. So the b coefficient is this numerical coefficient of x. Okay? So now you know how to complete the square. So since you already know, so we can just put 5/2 squared and this in this side as well. Okay. Now, okay, so many of you may directly evaluate the whole thing here, but there's one technique that doesn't require evaluation at all. The only thing you do is to put both parentheses and just put x because that's our term, and find the square root of this term. We know that is 5/2. So this is the factor form of this side. So we have x plus 5/2 squared. Now, while in this side, we can directly evaluate that is -6 plus 25/4. If you're going to simplify, you got 1/4. Okay? Because yeah, it's up to you how I got this term. Anyways, we can proceed. So copy, and then we can square both sides. And then we have x plus 5/2 plus or positive or negative 1/2. And then we have x plus 5/2. We can subtract both sides by 1/2. I mean by 5/2, so that we can isolate x. Okay, so I'm going to copy this one so I should not have extra work, I guess. Yeah, so I'm going to copy here. Here you go. Okay, so evaluate again. So this will become 0. So x is equal to, so we're gonna divide. So we have two answers for x. So we have x of 1 and x of 2 since we have this notation. So if this is positive, then we have 1/2 minus 5/2, and that is equal to negative 4 halves, and that is equal to negative 2. Tama ka dyan. Dito naman, kung maging negative na itong part na to, maging negative 1 half minus 5 halves, that is equal to negative 6 halves, and therefore we have negative 3. So this is how you're gonna find x by completing the square. So I guess natindihan nyo naman to. But if you have questions, you can just comment down below on my video. Anyways, we have another example. Let's say, okay, so let us have a quadratic equation with a leading coefficient that is more than 1. So let's say 2x squared plus 7x minus 4. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to what do you call this? We shall transpose negative 4 to this side, or add by 4 on both sides. So we have 2x squared plus 7x equals 4. And then we can factor out the 2. So the only gonna do is to divide this side by 2 and just put 2 here. Okay, so that we can complete the square within this parenthesis. So we have x squared plus 7 over 2. That is, 7 over 2 nga. So ganyan lang siya. Next, so we can complete the square. So x squared plus 7 halves x plus, remember the identity that we use on the previous example, we will use the same identity, that is 7 halves times 1 half squared. Okay, I'm gonna use a different color so that it is not confusing. So I'm gonna use orange or yellow. So 7 fourths. So I just simplified the whole thing. Okay, so we have equals 4 plus 2. The reason why it's 2, because if you're going to separate the terms, so let's say that this is 2x squared plus 2, 7 halves, 7 halves plus 2 7 fourths squared equals 4 plus 2 . So notice that there's a 2 there, because if you don't include the 2, then the equation will not be equal. So that's why there's a 2. So I guess you understand. So next, we can just factor it out. Okay, so what is the square of x squared? So that is, what is the square root of x squared? So that is x. What is the square root of 7 fourths squared? That is 7 fourths. Tapos squared. And then we have 4 plus, what is 7 over 4 squared? That is equal to 49 over 16. Now we can just simplify it further. Okay, so we can just simplify. We have 49 over 8. So 2 times x plus 7 over 4 squared. Now, so we're going to add. So 4 8, 8 plus 49 over 8 to x plus 7 over 4 squared, sorry. 32 plus 49. So I just so yes, we're almost there. What is 49 plus 32? That is equal to 81 over 8 equals to times x plus 7 over 4 squared. And then we're going to divide both sides by 2. And we have x plus 7 fourths squared, 81 over 16. Now we're going to square root both sides. And we have x plus 7 fourths, 9 over 4. So I just forgot the positive or negative sign. Okay, so obviously we have two answers. If 9/4 is positive, obviously that is 9/4. If we're going to transpose, that is negative 7/4. So tinatransfer ko lang itong number na to, and it became a negative number. So this is just equivalent to 2/4 or 1/2. And then x sub 2, we have, if 9/4 is, kung negative to, so maging negative 9/4 minus 7/4, tapos maging negative 16 over 4, and that this is equal to negative 4. So ito yung final answers natin. So guys, I hope you learned something, and if you want to comment down below, if you have clarifications, feel free to do so, and see you guys next time. Goodbye.